many of us have seen a newspaper article or anything telling us to go green? If you've seen these things, you are unknowingly taking in modern day propaganda. Propaganda seems like a thing of the past. However, through print media, advertising, and public relations, society's views are always being swayed. According to Edward Bernays, the conscious and intelligent manipulations of the organized habits and opinions of the masses is important to democratic society. We are governed, our minds are molded, our tastes formed, and our ideas are suggested. During World War II, propaganda was used to get people into agreeing or participating with the war. Rosie the Riveter here was used to get women into the workplace because all the men were away fighting. Uncle Sam was used to get men into thinking that the army wanted them and their country needed them. Propaganda nowadays is used, such as this, which is used to get women into the military, in America at least. To understand how print media is relevant to propaganda, we must first analyze the subject and the author of the writing. Print media refers to any writing, book, or magazine article. Any writing is primarily the opinion of the writer or the publication. Even though there are facts and a code of ethics that the writer must follow, it is still very easy to sway the readers. Even during the Iraq War, journalists were told by the government what to write and what they were not allowed to write. The government hires message force multipliers, which are told what to write and what not to write by the government, and all their work is monitored. Advertising, unlike print media, does not disguise its propaganda. Unlike old-time propaganda, advertising is more subtle than it's been in the past. If you've ever seen a popcorn ad on Facebook, which is when a group of people put their cell phones in a circle and popcorn in the middle, and then call their cell phones, the popcorn pops, and it was told that if you put a cell phone to your ear, it causes brain cancer. Therefore, people went out and bought headsets. The popcorn ad was put out by a headset company who wanted people to obviously buy headsets. Nowadays, we have more subtle propaganda, well, not this one, but this advertisement is telling women basically that if they get this bag, they will probably be more fashionable than the women. Abercrombie ads such as this tell people that if they buy their clothes, they will be as good looking as these people. Axe ads tell men that if they wear Axe, all the girls would come to them. And then Steve Madden ads were actually under heat because their models, if you can see, have big heads and small bodies, which makes it seem like they're promoting anorexia. Ads influence the way society thinks and have a big impact on our society, which is why companies such as Facebook and MySpace can make billions of dollars from advertising. Public relations is a planned effort to influence public opinion through good character and responsible performance, which is basically just the same as propaganda. Marketers know exactly how to reach you through demographics, psychographics, and consumer behaviors. Have you ever been on Facebook and noticed that if you put your favorite sport is football, the Eagles will pop up somewhere, or if you put that you're a Christian singles will pop up on the side? That's a way that public relations companies use to narrow it down and get advertisements out there. News management is to create and distribute positive messages to get favorable publicity. If you've ever seen any type of publicity stunts, this is a type of public relations. If you see a celebrity who's out doing any type of wild things before a movie comes out, it's typically planned. Crisis management is when they repair a client's image after a failure. If you've ever heard of the Tylenol, I think it was of the 80s or 90s, where Tylenol capsules were poisoned. After that, the PR company put out tamper-proof containers to save their image. Community relations is to maintain good relations with the public, which is when companies hold charity events and such to get better views in the public. Lobbying is basically legal bribing, which is to sway the government to vote a certain way. print media advertising and public relations may not be like something we see every day. However, they spin information to emphasize their idea or product, and we forget that dictators are not only in our government, but all around us influencing our lives. So the next time you see an advertisement, read an article, or hear about a public figure, think about, are you being governed? Is your mind being molded? Are your tastes being formed? And are your ideas being suggested?